In the 12th century, the shifting sands of Islamic world and thunder of the Crusaders, a leader emerged, not through conquest alone, but through unity, justice, and vision. This is the story of Saladin, the man who united an empire, humbled kings, and became a legend across civilizations. Born in 1137 in Tikrit, under the shadow of the Abbasid Caliphate, Yusuf ibn Ayyub, later known as Saladin, entered a world fractured by war and divided by faith. His family of Kurdish descent served the powerful Zengid dynasty. From a young age, Saladin was immersed in politics, military strategy, and the teaching of Islam. Raised in Damascus, he studied theology, law, and warfare, but it was not books that would shape his destiny. It was the chaos of his time. Saladin began his career under Nuruddin, the Zengid ruler of Syria. Loyal and capable, he quickly rose through the ranks. When Nuruddin sent him to Egypt to support the Fatimid Caliphate against the Crusaders, Saladin saw opportunity, not just to defend, but to transform. In 1169, at just 31 years old, Saladin was appointed Vizier of Egypt. He dismantled the Shia Fatimid Caliphate with remarkable political skill, not through bloodshed, but through diplomacy and decree, restoring Sunni rule and aligned Egypt with the broader Islamic world. When Nuruddin died in 1174, the empire fractured. Saladin seized the moment. With unmatched ambition and a vision of unity, Saladin marched north, city after city. Damascus, Aleppo, Mosul fell no to the sword, but to persuasion, alliances, and the promise of a united front against the Crusader states. By 1183, Saladin has forged the Ayyubid Empire, a vast realm stretching from Egypt to northern Mesopotamia. For nearly 80 years, Jerusalem has been under Christian rule, a symbol of conquest and division. The Crusader kingdom of Jerusalem, weakened by internal strife, believed their dominance was eternal. Saladin saw it differently. He vowed to liberate the holy city, not for glory, but for peace, faith, and the dignity of all who lived there. In the scorching summer of 1187, Saladin lured the Crusader army into the arid hills near Lake Tiberias. With a masterful strategy, he cut off their water supply and trapped them at the horns of Hattin. The result, one of the most decisive victories in military history. The Crusader army was destroyed. Their king, Guy de Lusignan, was captured, and the road to Jerusalem lay open. On October 2nd, 1187, Saladin entered Jerusalem, not with fire, but with mercy. Unlike the Crusaders in 1099, who slaughtered thousands, Saladin spared civilians. He allowed Christians to live peacefully for a modest ransom or remain in safety. Even the poor were freed without payment. Jerusalem was reclaimed not through vengeance, but through honor. Europe was shaken. 3 kings rose in response: Frederick Barbarossa, Philip II of France, and Richard the Lionheart of England. Frederick drowned, Philip returned home, but Richard, fierce, brilliant, relentless, became Saladin's greatest adversary. For 3 years, they clashed across the Levant, at Acre, Arsuf, and Jaffa. Despite the bloodshed, a deep respect grew between them. When Richard fell ill, Saladin sent him fresh fruit and snow from the mountains. When Saladin's horse was killed in battle, Richard sent him a replacement. 2 warriors, divided by faith, united by chivalry. In 1192, after years of war, Saladin and Richard agreed to peace. Jerusalem was remain under Muslim rule, but Christian pilgrims could visit freely. The Third Crusade ended not in total victory, but in balance, a testament to Saladin's wisdom. Saladin did not die a wealthy man. When he passed in 1193 at the age of 55, his personal wealth was barely enough to cover his funeral. He united a fractured Islamic world. He defended the Holy Land with courage and compassion, and he earned the respect of friend and foe alike. Even in Europe, chroniclers called him the most chivalrous of infidels. If you enjoyed Journey Through History, like, subscribe and hit the bell for more animated stories of empires, legends, and turning points that shaped our world.